Hey guys, quick, before the video starts, I'm gonna be live streaming on Twitch. As this video drops, I'll be playing PvE and testing out the new Rengar. So everything you'll hear in this video, I'm gonna try it out and see if I'm right. The Twitch link is here somewhere, and you can go and check it. I will be live as this video drops. Thanks for watching and enjoy. Hey, hello guys, Dopamine here, and today I'm gonna review the changes Riot Flux is making to Rengar. It's gonna drop next patch. We've been waiting for it for quite a while. So I've seen it already. It's pretty good. Spoiler alert, it's pretty good. Let's read what he's saying. So he's saying, hey, finally made some time to bring the Rengar changes for y'all. This list will be heading out in 12.6. Gonna give deeper context in follow-up tweets. I ended aiming to only ship changes that were positive for Rengar players. This wasn't the place for riskier changes. Really good mindset. So this is basically what they did. They only gave us upgrade changes. They didn't tweak the W at all, because it was pretty controversial what was going on with the W. So let's see the changes. Unseen Predator. When Rengar has no ferocity, his next leap generates 1 ferocity. This is modified. So what happens now on live servers, you need to have 0 stacks, jump from a bush, do combo, and then you'll have 4 stacks. If you do combo then jump from a bush, you'll have 3 stacks, you'll be fucked. So what this change does is that you'll get a stack on 0 stacks, 1 stacks, 2 stacks, 3 stacks, as long as you didn't get the stack from a leap on your ferocity bar. So you will always get 4 stacks as long as you throw 3 abilities and jump from a bush, no matter when you throw the abilities and when you jump from the bush. This is actually really useful, because right now, if you get caught outside of a bush, let's say by Xin Zhao, he's gonna E you, slow you, Q you, so throw you up, and you can't instantly W and fight back and then go to the bush and then get your stacks and fight. You have to walk to the bush and then jump on him and then use your abilities. And by the time you do that, since you get knocked up and slow, your gray health is gonna be greatly reduced and you're gonna lose that fight. So this change is really good. Also, it will make the clear way easier, because now it's way more lenient as to when you can go to the bush. You can kite to the bush at like way later. You can like jump at way later stages. You don't have to be there on 0 stacks. I'm gonna abuse that definitely for full clearing, and you can also get extra stacks by like. I have so many ideas for this, guys. I'm gonna release a clear when this goes live. It's gonna be epic. And I think Kessler might release a clear as well, because Kessler is a freak for clears, man. All right, ferocity fall off time 8 to 10. So ferocity fall off time is the timer during which you keep your ferocity out of combat. So it goes to 10, which makes the ferocity way easier to manage. Those 2 extra seconds will go a long way. Really good change as well. I really like that. It was part of the changes I wanted on Rengar, because it makes it easier to use a high skill cap mechanic, which is triple Q, without making it trivial. It would have made it trivial if we had 3 stacks, because we wouldn't need to jump. We would just get 3 stacks and then Q run on him, auto him, and then auto Q, EW, and then Q again. It would be too broken. Here it's a good compromise. So we can triple Q in more situations. Like we can, for instance, go with 4 stacks because we have 10 seconds, jump, and then do a full combo, have 3 stacks, and then go to a bush nearby and get the last stack. Really good change. Both together are really good. Bonetooth forgiveness timer doubled the timer from 1.5 to 3 seconds. So that means the timer during which you get the Bonetooth stack after you hit someone. This is good, because it used to be really short. Actually, you would miss the Bonetooth stack quite a lot. Timing on ability to leap from bush is no longer variable by up to 0.25 seconds, and instead range increased 25 units to adjust. This is a really good change too, because it used to be so your jump would be tied to tick rate on servers. So that means that since the timer was variable, sometimes the server would refresh a bit earlier or later, and sometimes you get more time to jump, sometimes you get less. I think this limits this, but not completely. I think not completely, but this is a good change for like consistency. And this range increase is actually really good in cases where you're against the wall and you can't walk like more because there's a wall, but now you have extra range. So you can jump from bushes to mid lane, you can jump from bush on grump to grump. Like, what the hell, man? It's so good. Really good change. Jump height slightly increased. Well, that's just for visuals, I would say. And uses secondary resource bar for stacks, shows which stacks came from leap. I guess what that means is just that you'll see what stack came from the leap, since now you can get a stack on 0, 1, 2, or 3. And you can know when you got the stack from leap, because you can only get it once per bar. Savadry. Q. Always counts as a critical strike. Critical strike chance scales damage. 1 crit chance, 1 damage. I think it should be 1% though. I don't know if it's a typo or if it's how it's supposed to be, but this should be 1% or 0.7%. It should be in line with crit rate. Because I would guess the aim is to minimize like those big ass crits you get with 20% crit RNG and make it like linear scaling, where 20% crit would give you 20% increased damage or a bit less, you know. Works on turrets. You get turrets so quick now with this change, by the way. This turret is this change is this is not the smartest change, Riot. You already took this out and now you're putting it back. Works on towers? No. They're gonna take it out, I think. If it becomes percentage, I would dig it. Currently, it's not good. It's not a good change. Because you deal way less damage when you have full crit with Q. It should still increase your Q damage, not like by a flat rate, because I don't know, your auto still crits even though you auto reset, you know. But well, it's good though. The concept is good and would be a direct buff to Rengar, because usually you overkill. So as long as this this trade-off is good enough, maybe they tweak it, and our Q becomes a straight buff to Q damage when you have low crit, it would be really good. The ER power spike would be insane with this change. Bola Strike, no cast time when leaping, reveals enemies. So this is an awesome change and really underrated, because now no cast time when leaping, that is awesome. That's just straight up awesome. It will make the combos clean again, boy. No more missing E's. You can double E mid-air apparently, I've heard. So you can like be on 3 stacks, jump, EE. Pretty funny. Reveals enemies for 2 seconds. So this is really underrated, because what you can do now is so basically you would E Crux and then you would jump, or you would E to get the vision over a wall, jump, and you would get the stack from E and the stack from jump due to the first change. So that's really awesome. It all ties together. I really like that. I really like those changes for that reason. Everything ties together. Everything is small improvements that will make Rengar way less difficult to micromanage, because you have to micromanage a lot of stuff on Rengar, and that's why it's difficult. And R reveal, just the unit, small area around the unit. This is a really nice compromise with what we had before, and I think this makes it so enemy can't stack as 5 in a bush and fuck you up anymore, so it's really good. So those are the changes. Let's read what Mr. Flux has to say. This was a pretty difficult project, since in my opinion, Rengar has some pretty awkward mechanics right now, especially with W and passive. I think W not flowing into any assassination combo is a definite feels bad for a lot of his builds. Yes, he is very right. Your W, if you use it early, you waste it just to get your Q off. And your passive, since you can only get a stack on 0 stacks, same thing. It was pretty unforgiving. Now, triple Q combos are easier to pull off, right? So this will kind of minimize the W thing, that it doesn't fit well, because how you can work around this W thing is by having 4 stacks before fighting, right? So you would have 4 stacks, Q before jumping, and then Q, jump, E mid-air, auto Q, and then you would just auto, right? Just auto. And when you get damage, you would W, and then you would Q to last it. Because since you have the attack speed from Empowered Q, your first one, you don't need to instantly Empowered Q again. You can wait, and this way you use every ability to its maximum potential. So I think this is the right way to actually play Assassin Rengar, because then you keep the option to WW, since your one-shot combo is so overkill anyways. But people don't do that, because they're not thinking enough about managing their stacks and being on 4 stacks when they engage. So this is why this change is really good, this one. It will make it easier to do this and fully use Rengar and minimize this. Same with weird ear flicks around Ferocity generations. It's very unforgiving and makes him very bush reliant, so which is a good thing. I think for both of these mechanics there's a better version out there, but they're not easy to get and the cost is high. Exactly, so it's very hard to tweak. And it takes a lot of manpower, I guess, and brain power, and you have to compromise, and it would change Rengar a lot, I think. But it's good what they're doing here. I think is a good step, and actually should be a sufficient step. Just the fact that now you can combo and then go to a bush nearby and get your last ability. This is perfect. Like, this is how it should be. There's a bush nearby, I can get my power Q straight away. There's no bush nearby, I have to wait for one more Q. But if there's a bush nearby, I don't have to go to the bush. I can fight, and then go to the bush. That's really good. I settled on making sure I could get something out there that would make Rengar feel better to play, rather than just keep sitting here hoping to find time to try and get some magical version of the character that might or might not actually be more fun. This is why I really like Flux. He's been listening to feedback a lot, and making Rengar fun is one of his priorities. So, good job, man. And there are still some bugs on PBE, and some of the old ones haven't been fixed yet. I'll try to do a pass on them over the next few days. Do let me know if there are any other smaller size feel good changes I can slip in. I hope we're leaving Rengar in a better spot. Bonus, the Q crit changes are so that when playing low percent crit Rengar, you're not just YOLO hoping for a crit to be successful and left out dry if you don't get that 20-40%. That also means we can tune crit builds directly. If they're shit, we bump up the number and vice versa. This is a really good design philosophy as well. So I dig that a lot. This is a very good surprise for me, but I think this needs to be tweaked. So yeah, I think that's it. Good design philosophy by Flux here. I thank him for the work he's putting in on Rengar one. It should be way more fun to play now, and way smoother as well. I can't wait to try all those combos. And remember, twitch.tv streaming as I upload this video. We're gonna try this shit out on PBE, but it looks really good right now.